Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about one of the most underrated enrichments inside of Clay, and specifically this enrichment is responsible for saving us a lot of Clay credits every single day, be it for email finding or enriching LinkedIn profiles, so replacing this step which typically would cost you a credit row of enriching the person, and also enriching the companies as well. Now this tool, spoiler alert, drumroll please, is called ICPs, and as you can see they're super affordable. Their plans start at $19 a month, and by the way, no, this video is not sponsored by them or anything of that sort, so ICPs, if you're watching this, sponsor future content, let me know. But essentially, I'm just doing this because I think this is a really underrated tool. Now, more than that, there are three functionalities that ICPs covers, and in my opinion, it's a must-have tool for those three purposes that I'm going to show you right now. So the first purpose is, for example, for finding email addresses. So if we just type in ICPs, you should be able to see that it comes up with find emails from domain. So this costs you half a Clay credit. Alternatively, you can just continue to add fields, save and run the row, and it will basically find you the email of the person. So that's the first option. Now that it found the email of the person here, you can see it says found, and we have the email over here where it's got hello@b2bboosted.com. It also has sales@b2bboosted.com, and it also has team@b2b.com, which is correct. So that's the first option. The second option is also for enriching the company. So in this case, you just type in enrich company, and you should see ICPs come up at the very bottom of this list as well. Once again, super quick. You just save and run the row. It should be able to find you all the details about the company, including the SEO description, how many employees it has, all of that other fun stuff as well. In most cases, it should be able to find it. And then finally, the LinkedIn profiles. I'm sure you've seen that before, but you can basically enrich LinkedIn profiles. So over here, enrich profile by ICPs. All you need to do is continue to add fields, save and run the row, and it should be able to scrape everything about the person. So the work experience, where they work right now, you can see it all over here. So it's got the languages that the person speaks, the education, who I worked for before, volunteering experience, even like all of this cool stuff, even like the location and so on. So once again, this should save you quite a lot of Clay credits. And worth noting that this is one of those tools that it covers a lot of different positions inside of Clay. You can replace a lot of enrichments, which typically will cost you a lot more money if you're paying for Clay credits. So I very much recommend you go and get ICPs. You basically connect the API key inside of Clay, and then you can just plug and play with it for yourself. And worth noting as well, if I go back to this random study that I was just reading just now, there are some negatives as well that you need to be aware of. So it's not the fastest. The accuracy apparently is low for email finding, and the find rate for emails is apparently not the best. However, you are not rational if you're just using one email finder. You should be using 2 or 3 email finders in a so-called waterfall inside of Clay. So I very much encourage you to basically go and get, at the very least, 2 or 3 of the providers that you can see on the screen, your email waterfall. And essentially, that's basically that. The moral of this video is just, hey, go try out ICPs because I think it's a really cool enrichment to try out. Once again, it's not sponsored. I have linked my affiliate link down below as well if you want to check it out. In the meantime, let me just show you quickly how, if you are to connect ICPs to Clay, how you would go about it. And simply put, inside of your ICPs account, if you head down to API, you should be able to copy and paste your API from over here. And inside of your actual account, you can click on add enrichment, ICPs, and over here, let's say you choose a random enrichment, you can then click on add account. You can copy and paste the API key, and also if you click on reveal the secret key, it will give you a separate key that you can just connect and then save. And then you can set it as your default option so you're not spending Clay credits, because fun fact for you, a Clay credit typically costs you up to 4 cents per row. So it will cost you 4 cents for every single enrichment that you're doing, as opposed to here you're paying basically 0.0025. So it works out cheaper than Prospeo, Find Email, Lead Magic, Drop Contact, all of these providers pretty much on the screen that you can see right now. So go check out ICPs. I'll link them down below. I do think it's one of those tools that gets a lot of shout outs on LinkedIn and stuff, but I think it is for the right reasons a lot of the time, especially if you use it in a waterfall alongside other providers. Now, at the end of this video, you're probably wondering, okay, cool, but how do I find emails super fast and super cheaply? And the answer is through using this TryKit extension, and I'll make sure to loop a video straight after this so you can watch what I believe, in my opinion, is the best email finder to use inside of Clay as well. So go check that out as well. Meantime, have a good one. Cheers.